Hello students, welcome back to online teaching classes, Divine Public School, Monapur, Gorakhpur. Today we are going to study a very important chapter of English grammar, that is the tenses. Now let us see the contents which we are going to study in this video. Introduction, classification based on time frame, classification based on aspect, block diagram of tenses, list of rules, present tense, past tense, future tense, list of examples. Now come to the introduction. The word tense is derived from Latin word tempus, which means time. A verb indicates the time of an action, event or condition by changing its form. Now, the verb tenses based on time frame. The verb tenses may be categorized according to time according to the time frame. They are present tense, past tense, future tense. Now let us see the present tense. Present tense expresses an unchanging, repeated or reoccurring action or situation that exists only now. It can also represent a widespread truth. Second, past tense. Past tense expresses an action or situation that was started and finished in the past. Future tense. Future tense expresses an action or situation that will occur in the future. Verb tenses based on aspect. Verb tenses may also be categorized according to aspect. Aspect refers to the nature of the action described by the verb. There are four aspects: indefinite or simple, continuous or progressive, perfect or complete, perfect continuous. Now come to the indefinite tense. The three indefinite tenses are simple tenses, describe an action but do not state whether the action is finished. One thing, my dear student, I would like to remind you, the three indefinite tenses means here present indefinite, past indefinite and future indefinite. Now come to the continuous tense. The three continuous tenses, incomplete tenses or progressive tenses, describe an unfinished action. Here also the three continuous tenses means present continuous, past continuous and future continuous. Perfect tense. The three complete tenses or perfect tenses describe a finished action. In the same way, present perfect tense, past perfect tense and future perfect tense. Perfect continuous tense. To combine the complete tenses and the incomplete tenses to describe an action which was in the progress and then finished. Now, my dear students, in this slide, we will study the that means 12 possible verb tenses. There are 12 possible verb tenses. These are present, past and future. Each tense has four aspects, four forms. Present tense has also its four forms. Look at present indefinite, present continuous, present perfect continuous. In the same way, we can see in past tense also: past indefinite, past continuous, past perfect, and past perfect continuous. Similarly, in the future tense also: future indefinite, future continuous, future perfect continuous. So these are the 12 possible verb tenses. Now, my dear students, in this slide we will study the forms of tenses. You can see here simple forms, progressive forms, perfect progressive forms. One thing I would like to make you very clear: progressive is continuous. Now, let us try to understand present tense. It means that simple present tense. In simple present or present indefinite tense, we use subject plus first form of verb or add s or es to the verb. In present continuous tense or present progressive forms, we use am, is, are plus first form plus ing. In present perfect tense or present perfect forms, we use have or has plus third form of verb. In present perfect continuous or progressive forms, we use have or has been plus first form plus ing form of the verb. Now come to the past tense. In simple past, we use subject plus second form of the verb plus object. In past continuous forms, we use was with singular subject, were with plural subject plus first form plus ing to the verb. Now, past perfect tense. In past perfect tense, we use had plus third form of the verb plus object. In past perfect continuous or progressive tense or forms, we use had been plus first form of the verb plus ing. Now come to the future tense. In simple future or future indefinite, we use will or shall plus first form of the verb plus object. If the subject is of first person, like I, we use shall and then first form of the verb and then object. If the subject of the verb is third person or second person, we use will with them and then first form of the verb and then object. Now future continuous. In future continuous forms, we use will be or shall be plus first form plus ing. In future perfect forms, we use will have or shall have plus third form of the verb, and future perfect continuous tense or progressive tense or progressive forms, we use will have or shall have plus been plus first form and ing to the verb, or you can say that ing form of the verb. Now, my dear students, let us try to understand present tense. You know that present tense has four forms, four aspects. You can see here present indefinite tense, present continuous tense, present perfect tense, present perfect continuous tense. The first point is present indefinite tense are simple present. The simple present is used to describe an action, an event or condition that is occurring in the present at the moment of speaking or writing. For example, you can see here, I play, he or she plays. The very important things, my dear student, just I want to make you very clear that see the verb play. In first sentence, the verb is play. In second sentence, the verb is plays. Why it is like this? Because you know that if the subject is singular, verb will be also singular. If subject is plural, then we apply plural verb. So in the first sentence, I is plural here, and that is why we apply plural verb play. In second sentence, he, she is what? Singular subject. That is why we have made the singular verb adding s or es to the verb. So that is why if the subject is singular, then we apply singular verb with singular subject. And you know that as present tense have four aspects, four forms. Similarly, present indefinite tense or simple present has also its four forms: affirmative or positive sentences, negative sentences, interrogative sentences, and interrogative negative sentences. And my dear students, you know that interrogative negative sentences are very easy. Only we have to apply not. If you have understood very clearly to these three forms, affirmative or positive, interrogative and negative, then you can easily make the fourth one, interrogative negative sentences. So let us try to understand affirmative sentence or positive sentences of present indefinite. We use first form of the verb. You can see a note here with third person singular pronouns he, she, it or any singular number subject or their equivalents add s or es to the verb. To write a sentence in the present simple or simple present tense, we follow this rule: subject plus verb plus object. Here, for example, you can see I play cricket, he takes exercise daily, the sun rises in the east. I play cricket. With I, we have used plural verb play, and you know that verb is always plural. If we want to make it singular, then s or es is added to the verb. then it will be singular form. He takes exercise daily. The sun rises in the east. Now come to the negative sentences. Use do or does not to make sentence negative. For example, do not drive a car. We do not drive a car. He does not play cricket. I do not work. See, the first word do is plural, but adding yes or es to the verb do, it becomes singular, does. So if the subject is singular, we use does not, and the subject is plural, we use do not. Now come to the interrogative sentences. Use do or does at the start, at the beginning of the sentence, or you can say that in the beginning of the sentences, use do or does. At the end, question mark. For example, does he tell a lie? Do we win the match? Do I not speak the truth? Now, second point is that present continuous tense. The present continuous emphasizes the continuing nature of an act, event, or condition. For example, you can see that I am playing. It means the work is still going on. The work is in the process. He or she is playing. It doesn't tell the finishing touch of the work, whether when it has finished and when it has started. Just only telling about the continuity of the work. They are playing, it means they are still playing. Now come to the aspect of present continuous tense, means forms. It has also 4 forms: affirmative, positive, negative, interrogative, interrogative negative. But as I told you, if you are able to make and understand positive sentences, negative sentences, interrogative sentences, then interrogative and negative will be very easy to understand, because only not is applied there after the verb. Use first form of the verb plus ing, is or am or. Note, we use am with I in present continuous tense. Is with subject like he, she, it, means singular subject, we use is. With plural subject like we, you, they, we use are as a helping verb, and then ing form of the verb. Look at the rule. Subject plus is plus first form of the verb plus ing plus object. I am playing cricket. He is taking exercise. You are working. Now come to the negative sentences. In negative sentences, we use is, am, are plus not. It's very simple that after helping verb we use not, and the helping verbs are is, am, are, and ing form of the verb. He is not playing cricket. I am not working. Come to the interrogative sentences. We use is, am, are at the start, at the end, question mark. For example, you can see here, are you telling a lie? Is farmer plowing? Is it not raining? It means that to make the sentence interrogative, we use is, am, are at the start or in the beginning of the sentence. Now come to the third point, that is present perfect tense. Present perfect tense. The present perfect tense is used to describe action that began in the past and continues into the present or has just been completed. For example, you can see I have played, he or she has played. As I told you, each tense has 4 forms, and that 4 forms has 4 forms, like present indefinite, present continuous, present perfect continuous. In the same way, present indefinite has 4 forms: affirmative, negative, interrogative, interrogative negative. In the same way, present perfect or present perfect tense has also 4 forms: affirmative, positive, negative, interrogative, and interrogative negative. So here in this slide, present perfect, affirmative or positive sentences, we use third form of the verb has or have plus third form of the verb. But the question is that where do we use has and where do we use have? If the subject is singular, we use has plus third form of the verb. If the subject is plural, we use have plus third form of the verb. Subject like he, she, it, or any singular subject, we use have. We use has. And with plural subject like I, we, you, they, we use have plus third form of the verb and then object. Look at the rule. Subject plus has plus have plus third form of the verb plus object. I have played cricket. He has taken exercise. You have bought the tickets. Now come to the negative sentences. In negative sentences, use has or have not. Only not is applied after SB, that means helping verb. After have or has, not is used as for negative sentences. We have not played cricket. He has not sold his house. They have not finished their work. Interrogative sentences. In present perfect interrogative sentences, we use has or have at the start, at the end, question mark. For example, have you bought the tickets? Has the farmer finished his work? Have you got prize? Here you can see, my dear students, in interrogative sentence, has or have is used at the start, in the beginning of the sentence, then subject, then third form of the verb, and then object. Now come to the fourth point, present perfect continuous tense or present perfect progressive tense. The present perfect continuous is used to describe an action, event or condition that has begun in the past and continues into the present. For example, I or you have been playing, he or she has been playing. My dear students, you should know that if the subject is plural, we use have been plus ing form of the verb. If subject is singular, we use has been plus ing form of the verb. Now look at the affirmative sentences or positive sentences of present perfect continuous tense. Use has or have been plus first form of the verb plus ing, and you will get since or for. We use since or for to indicate point of time or period of time. For point of time, we use since, and for duration or period of time, we use for. Now come to the note. Use has been with subject like he, she, it, or any name. Use have been with subject like I, we, you, they. Since, we use since for point of time and for period of time, that means for duration. And you know that what is point of time and what is period of time. Point of time means childhood, that is stages of life, and fixed time, that Christmas, Diwali, Holi, Dasara, they are the point of time. Year, that means since 1999, since 2020, they are the point of time. Monday, Tuesday, 7 days, they are point of time. And when these things make a duration of a period of time, that means 1 week, 1 month, 1 year, fortnight, they are period of time. And period may be of 5 minutes, of 30 minutes, of an hour, of 60 hours. It means of 60 days, of 7 week, that means 7 week. They are of period of time. So look at the rule. Subject plus have or has plus been plus first form of verb plus ing plus object. I have been studying since morning. He has been taking exercise for 2 hours. It has been raining for 2 days. Look at the first sentence. I have been. I is plural, that is why have been is applying, and ing form of the verb. Then since for point of time, morning, evening, yesterday, today, they are what? For point of time. That is why we have used since here. And he has been taking exercise for 2 hours. As I told you, 2 hours, it may be the 120 minutes, 120 minutes, that is of 2 hours. So they are the period of time. It has been raining for 2 days, means 2 days. 1 day plus 1 day is equal to 2 days. So 2 days is a period of time. That is why we use for. In negative sentence, use has or have not, then been. We have not been playing cricket since morning. He has not been selling his house for 1 month. They have not been finishing their work. Now come to the interrogative sentence of present perfect progressive tense. Use has or have at the start, at the end question mark. For example, you can see, have you been reading this book since morning? Has the farmer been finishing his work for 2 hours? Here, in this last slide of present perfect continuous tense, you can see here, in first sentence, have, then subject, then been, then reading. It means ing form of verb, then object, this book, and then point of time, since morning. Similarly, in the second sentence, has, farmer. Why? Because farmer is singular, that is why has is used here. Been finishing his work for 2 hours. 2 hours is period of time. Okay, that is why for is used here. So my dear students, in this video we have studied only present tense and its forms, its aspects. So I hope that you will watch the video and try to understand present tense, its form, its rules, and their examples. Thank you for watching this video.